Old crop corn made new lows again on Tuesday as momentum seems to have disappeared from the market. Agnews Michelle Rook is back to break it all down for us in Markets Now.
Another lower day in the grains with cattle futures back into contract highs. Matt Bennett is joining us with analysis. Okay, let's talk about the corn market first of all. Old crop and the new contract lows, but new crop's not very far from it. Is this all about this big yield?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, rain makes grain, you name it. Funds have had no interest in owning corn for quite some time. You know, it all started last spring with big acres, and then of course, big safrinha crop, and then you add on top of that big U.S. yield. And so, yes, we've got phenomenal demand, but at the same time, whenever you've got more than enough to reward it, the funds just don't have any interest in owning corn here.
Soybeans also lower. Do you think that was disappointment about China and our discussions with them, or was that about those higher crop ratings?
Yeah, I mean, you do the tariff truce, and I mean, essentially all that it is we're kicking the can down the road. And there's a lot of concern that we're not going to know what we need to know until a lot of that export window that we opened up last year, is over with. We went into harvest last year, had hardly any beans sold, and then multiple weeks in a row, well over 1 million tons into China. And so, can we expect something like that with what we've got going on? I think that's what the trade's concerned with, and says, hey, we're very concerned that we're not going to get anything like we saw a year ago. And big bean crop too. If you get a couple of good finishing rains on the bean crop, it looks like it could be awfully big as well.
Wheat market lower, and it actually felt like it led the grains lower on Tuesday. Was that just this higher dollar, or where did the pressure come from?
It seems like the wheat market has been more reactive to the dollar than the other two. A higher dollar seems like it's been harder on this wheat market. I mean, you've got a big crop here in the U.S., first of all. Second of all, your carryout's going to grow.
And I feel like a broken record, but more contract and all-time highs in the cattle. How long did the funds hold this market this high?
Michelle, I wish I knew. If I just knew one time, one day in advance, this would be the one I'd want to know, because what'll happen with the cattle market is it's going to be over with before anyone thinks it should be over with. We've got reason to take this market higher if we want to. And cattle on feed was phenomenal last week as far as cattle on feed placements. I mean, no doubt about it.
Thanks so much. Matt Bennett with agmarket.net. We'll have more ag day coming up.
Watch Markets Now with Michelle Rook on the Farm Journal YouTube channel, keeping you updated throughout the day on the markets at the open, midday, and close. Find out what moved the markets today and what to expect the market to do next.